The rich hide their money. They also use offshore accounts. Offshore accounts are created in countries.
I think I'm going to need a second cup of coffee before I respond to this one. If I decide to throw this cup of coffee at somebody, that would be an illegal use of this cup of coffee. The same is true for a car. A car can be used for an illegal purpose as well. But just like coffee and just like cars, there are perfectly legal reasons to use offshore accounts. However, the difference between purchasing a car or a cup of coffee and setting up an offshore account is there's actually background checks that go into setting up an offshore account. If you have a shady enough background, you may not be able to open an offshore account, but you'll always have somebody who's willing to sell you a car. But why is it that as soon as you mention offshore accounts, people assume illegal activity? I think it's because, and what I'm about to say does not apply to you, my loyal TikTok viewers, but for the rest of Americans are generally very narrow-minded. Most Americans never step foot outside of the United States, and those who do, the majority of them, never go anywhere beyond Canada or Mexico. However, the individuals who are going to see the most success in the decades to come are willing to look internationally for solutions to their problems. And if your problem is that you are concerned about a potential lawsuit or divorce, setting up an offshore trust with an offshore bank account may be your best move. So, while some people will use an offshore account for illegal purposes, don't let that be a reason to prevent yourself from taking action to protect yourself from lawsuits here in the United States or elsewhere in the world.